Hi friends, now let us take up the concept number 1 in our training session 1 computer basics. This is understanding computer system. You are going to learn and master programming. For that purpose, the essential prerequisite is understanding about computer system. If you understand about the computer system, then you can understand many programming concepts logically. Otherwise, your doubts remain unclarified. That's why only 5 basic concepts I am going to explain in this training session. That too, not so technically. Every concept I explain from real life angle. That's why simply watching this 10 minutes video, you master over this concept. Just watch 1 or 2 times. Thereafter, you will be in a position to explain this concept to somebody. That type of environment I am going to provide to you. However, I need not describe much, just you can experience it. Okay. Now we have to understand what is computer system. Before understanding computer system, we have to understand the term system. Actually, in our day-to-day life, many times we use this term system without knowing the correct meaning of that. Just like that, we use the term system. Now this is the time you understand what is system. A system is a set of components. A system is a set of components which work together as a common entity. Common entity, and they have a common name, and they perform common tasks. Just simply understand. Any system is a composition of set of components, and it is having a common entity, and it is having a common name. They perform a common task or tasks. Okay. By this definition, you may have some abstraction. You may not understand it fully. The best example for this is our human system. Any person you take, otherwise you take a car or you take a TV. All these are systems. Now let's apply this definition. You take a car. In a car, hundreds of components are there. You know that hundreds of components are there, and those components are composed, and it is made as a common entity. Actually, you never identify that car is having 100 or 100 plus components. You treat it as a car, single entity. Thereafter, you give a common name. Common name means just you call it as a car or with a brand car. Okay. Thereafter, it perform common tasks. Common task means what for we are using a car, you know that for driving, for traveling and carrying persons and goods. So this way you have to understand. Okay, that is the system. Now a TV, a TV is a set of components, a set of 30-40 components, and it is having a common entity, and it is having a common name, and it perform a common task or task. Okay. Now see the example of a human being, a person. A person, if you take, you see, you give a name to him, Mohan. You treat him as one person. He may have 100 organs in his body. 100 organs are composed as a person, is a common entity, and you give a common name, let us say Mohan, and he perform common tasks. All human beings perform some common task. In this way, you have to understand. Now, one technique I tell you. If you understand concepts from a real life angle, then your job will be very easy. You enrich your confidence, and whenever you have to explain somebody and all that without any having any confusion, just like that your own experience, what you did yesterday. If I ask you how fluently you are able to explain, for that no notes is there, you are able to fluently explain. In the same manner, somebody asks you what is computer system, what is computer means, you are able to explain it fluently, if provided you learn it from real life angle. So now computer system. Computer system, computer system is also a system, but it is a special type of system. It is composition of hardware and software. Simply we call them two groups, hardware and software. Hardware means there are many elements are there, like a keyboard, a monitor, motherboard, RAM, hard disk, ROM, SMPS, cables, ports, etc. and all that. Tens of tens of elements are composed as a single entity. Single entity and with a common name. What is the common name? Computer. And they perform common task. What computer performs and all that you know. All these are hardware. And what is software? Software means we use different programs. We install an operating system, that is a software. It may be Windows or Linux, and we use different softwares like MS Office, MS Word, Excel, etc. PageMaker, CorelDRAW, Photoshop, etc. Softwares. Those are softwares. Programs are software. Hardware is visible and tangible. You can see them. If you want to touch, you can touch. But software is not visible. These are programs. These are set of instructions which are invisible. That point you have to understand. Any computer system is a composition of hardware and software. You have to understand that. Now, let us understand one wonderful concept I explained to you. By the way, you enjoy it. So, computer system and human system. The modus operandi of computer system and human system are alike. How it is that I explain? By this, if you understand the human system, you can understand the modus operandi of computer system very easily. Okay. Now, you take the human system. Human system is composition of several organs like heart, liver, intestine, kidneys, veins, brain, etc. and all that. Hundreds of organs are composed as a human system. Now, how human system, now this is the very important topic, how human system works. For that a simple example I give you. By that you can understand with the 2 minutes of explanation how human system works, what is hardware in that, what is software in that, you can understand. One simple example you take. You are alone, you are residing in a room. You are residing in a room, you want to go for a breakfast. Okay, you want to take a breakfast. Okay, this is your task. For that purpose, which activities you perform? Just to think of. Regularly you may perform this task. But if I ask you to list out the activities involved in that, you are confused. Actually, I tried with thousands of students. Nobody could write all the operations. However, I explained that. What are the operations in that? Actually, you get ready. Actually, whenever you have to go out, you get ready. First thing is getting ready. Thereafter, take wallet. Without money, you cannot pay bill. That's why taking wallet and a close room, a lock room, go to hotel, place order for tiffin, eat tiffin, pay bill, come to the room, open the lock and settle in the room. See that, just list out. There are very small activities that I am not taking into consideration. Main activities I am taking once again. Getting ready, taking wallet, go to lock the room, go to hotel, place order for tiffin, eating tiffin, pay bill, come to room, open the lock, settle in the room. 10 activities you perform. You only performed. If I ask you to list out all the things, some steps you may miss. Otherwise, you take any other activity and write the test. Some steps you miss. But your brain never miss it. Suppose your brain does not know how it can give instruction to your body, your organs, how they work. That point you have to understand. Here 10 steps are there. Actually, these 10 steps technically are called algorithm. Algorithm means the steps involved in the implementation of a task. The steps involved in the implementation of the task is called algorithm. Now whatever I listed with reference to this example, that is algorithm. Who develops it? Your brain develops it. Your brain develops it. Thereafter, after developing algorithm, this is the first job. Thereafter, it gives instruction to your limbs. Your limbs and organs. What are your limbs? Your hands, your legs, your eyes, your ears, your mouth, etc. and all that. So your brain gives instruction to your organs. In turn, they implement it. They implement it. That that means your brain develops algorithm first. Thereafter, it develops instructions and gives the instruction to your corresponding organs. Whatever instruction is to be given to your legs, it gives. Whatever instructions it has to give to your hands, it gives it. Whatever instruction it has to give to your mouth, it gives it. Then only the task is performed. With reference to this example, you analyze that. What is hardware in our body and what is software in our body? Hardware. Hardware already give a simple definition. What is that? What is visible and tangible, that is hardware. In your body, everything is visible. Visible means inside the body also. By taking an X-ray, you can see that, or otherwise open up. A doctor can touch all the organs in the body. So all these are hardware. Whatever you can touch, whatever you can see, all those are hardware in our body. Now, what about brain? This question I posed for thousands of students. Either brain is hardware or software. Just think. Many students told it is a hardware, it is software. It is not software. Brain itself is hardware because we can see the brain and it is tangible, touchable. Then brain is hardware. But what are the software? That is whatever instructions, whatever algorithm or instructions it develops, that is software. Now already I told you, whenever you want to perform a task, your brain develops an algorithm. What are the steps involved in the implementation, and it develops instruction to your hardware. All that is software. You cannot see that. See that. So that is software. You have to understand. Now I think you have understand modus operandi of the human system. Computer system also exactly works like that. And in this context, one very important point you have to understand. Hardware and software are mutually dependent. That means if software, in absence of software, hardware is useless. It is like a toy. Just you have to give it for children for play. And without hardware, software has no use. That point you have to understand. So hardware and software are mutually dependent. With one example, I tell you. Suppose one person is there. One person is there. His name is Mohan. He is alive. Now you see that he is just dead. Dead. Now somebody tells he died and all that, you cannot identify. You cannot identify. Such a state it is there. Then now he is alive. Then you are calling him as a Mohan. Now after his death, you cannot call him as a Mohan. What is missing in that? Everything. You see, his appearance is same, his weight is same, everything is same. But what is missing in him? Just think of. His brain is also there. His brain is also there. But what is missing? The instructions. His brain is not generating instructions. It is not in workable position. That means hardware, 100% hardware elements are present, but software is missing. Then we are giving a different status. We are not even calling him as Mohan. He is a dead body. Only hardware is there. After that, he is burnt or buried. Understand? So that is with this example you can understand what is the connectivity, dependency of hardware and software. Without hardware, software is useless. Without software, hardware is useless. Okay. Now I explained in the computer system all the elements I explained. Now I give you a technical information. Hardware. Hardware means What is hardware means? There are four types of elements in the body. Four types of elements in the body, and what are the sorry, four types of elements in the computer. They are electrical elements, electrical components, electronic components, magnetic components, and mechanical components. Electrical, electronic, mechanical, magnetic. Four types of components are there. All are composed as one unit, that is what we call computer system. Okay, what is software? Software means until unless you install software, hardware has no use. It is just like a toy. An article. That's it. That's it. Whenever you install software, means operating system like Windows, Linux, Unix, etc. operating systems are there. Several programming softwares are there like MS Office, MS Excel, uh, PageMaker, CorelDRAW, that is um, many things, whatever all these are softwares. Using softwares only, you can perform certain tasks through computer. So, by this explanation is very much required uh, as a fundamental basic concepts uh, in our study. Once you understand this concept thoroughly and own it, thereafter you can get answers for many questions which may arise in your future study. That point you have to understand. If you want, twice you watch this lecture. One thing I am telling you, after listening this lecture, you should be in a position to explain this. Otherwise, I provide you the notes, just to study it once. Then once you own that, one time, one concept at one shot, you must master, not in installments or multiple times.